Okay, so today we're going to talk about when the whale isn't worth it. So this episode's break down the story of a massive client opportunity, one that looked like a game changer at first, but ended up being a drain on time, resources, and sanity. So if you don't know, my name is Chris Beecham. I own Perch Merch and multiple other businesses that all decided to go to hell over the winter. So now we're back to rebuilding from the rubble with $0 in a marketing budget. So that means we don't have any money for ads. We don't have any money for boost. And we don't have any money to pay any sales reps base salaries. Check out that episode because I'm still looking for affiliates and sales reps. So again, feel free to text me at any time, 402-890-2000. I want to know people's ideas. I want to know what's working for them. Help me out. I will help you out. We can start texting conversation and complain to each other. Okay, so I've talked before about how I am going after specific types of clients, medium to larger companies, the ones that are going to repeatedly buy merch throughout the year. For example, we actually have a car dealership in the Midwest that has, I think, 10 locations, and we do all of their apparel, all of their promotional products, everything. They are spectacular. They probably put in $6,000 a month in orders. It could be dress shirts, could be t-shirts, could be hats, it could be pens, promotional products. The spectacular thing about a car dealership is they have a lot of turnover. So everybody needs new uniforms and they're all the polos and everything with the dealership name on it. I like those. They have never once questioned me about price. They have never once complained about something taking too long. They text us randomly. We take them out to lunch probably once a month. We have a group chat with a couple of their sales reps and my sales rep where we are not nice to each other and send funny memes and TikToks. Like, I love it. That's my dream client over and over again. It's just a bunch of dudes in a text group chat going at it. But how do we find more of those, because it is harder than it looks. And I want to talk today about one that we really thought was going to be the same thing, but it ended up being a horrible ordeal. So this company looked like the dream client. They actually were an umbrella company and they had 20 companies under them, some large, some small, but they had hundreds of employees, merch orders, online stores that included all of them for all the employees. The client was actually referred to us from somebody at the car dealership. In fact, not only did they recommend us, they set up for us to meet at happy hour and have drinks on the patio of a restaurant downtown with the car dealership included, which is like my dream. When you also have the person who's putting the two of us together there, like that means a lot to a potential client, right? So we met over drinks, talked through all their pain points. Everything seemed to align. All their pain points were, again, like they always are, the communication. They can't talk to anybody. The 20 companies were actually using basically 15 different companies. He wanted to put it all under one roof for everything and save the company some money. He even told us how much that company spent the previous year, and it was hundreds of thousands of dollars. So, good. So first thing we do is we make them a mock custom store. We knew what their prices were for their online store because I found it on the back end of Google. That's always fun. And we beat all their current pricing by 10%, even delivered embroidered Nike polos with their logos as samples to them. They loved them. Everything seemed good. The guy was sold. We had a relationship with him. We'd had beers with him. He was all in. Then come the red flags. He said he met with the marketing team and they were against it, that they didn't want to change any companies and they thought everything was going fine, even though we already knew they weren't, with quality, time, everything. Now, I'm just going to throw this out there. I have learned that when there's a lot of pain points, but somebody is reluctant to switch or even listen to us, they're probably getting paid on the back end. They're probably an affiliate for that thing, which there's nothing wrong with that. That's what we're trying to do. We want to, pay you the referral bonus and you be an affiliate for us, especially if you're in the marketing department of the company. But the guy we had the drinks with is the boss. He is in charge. So like he said, he's like, I just got to convince him. And basically in the end, it doesn't matter because what I say goes. And we're like, cool. But, we're happy to meet with the marketing department as well. Like we'll come in and give a presentation. Like that's what we do. Let us talk to them. They didn't want to talk to us. So that's probably a red flag right there. Then we get a bulk quote request, which at first is fine. I don't mind that. We had already quoted all their online store stuff, got that approved. He sends us 2 bulk order things. We send him, the best pricing we can. He says it's great, it's acceptable, everything is good to go. Then we get a barrage of things to quote, bulk orders that are orders that have already been done in the last couple of years, but they want to know what our price is. Well, one, you can't compare us to something you got 3 years ago because prices change every year. So that was kind of frustrating, and I tried to kind of explain that. And then we did it anyway, and then he came back basically saying that we needed to be even lower than what we were. So we start looking at like the profit margins on it. And basically they were asking or saying that they were buying things for basically wholesale cost. Like an $80 jacket, it cost me $80 wholesale. They were buying from the last company 3 years ago for $85. So we should do $85. Well, that's insane. I can't make $5 off an $80 jacket. Plus, things go wrong, especially embroidery machines are temperamental sometimes. So you ruin one jacket, I still have to pay another $80 myself to replace that jacket and hope that the embroidery works the second time. Profit's gone. I'm not doing that. That's a huge red flag for me. So basically, we end up pulling the plug, and we haven't heard from them probably 3 weeks now. And good luck to whoever gets them, because that's not the game I'm trying to play, right? We can't do that. I have learned that any client that talks about price that much ends up being the biggest pain in the butt client and the pickiest. And they usually end up not even spending that much. So my advice is we have to stay strong on our pricing. Like, don't cut yourself short. You will just be taken advantage of over and over again. I learned that in the painting company. Everybody wants you to reduce your prices and promise you much more work if you just reduce your prices. And those are the clients that end up being the biggest pain in the ass. I can tell you that right now. And you're not making much money on them, but your time is way too much for that. So the hard lesson is not all revenue is good revenue. $2,500 client is way more profitable than a $200,000 one. And you can't let your team or yourself get distracted by volume when there's no margin, right? And I think for us, we were, but we need to be even better about being clear up front that if price is your biggest thing, we're not for you. We're about reliability, fast turnaround, and personal service. And that costs more, and that's okay. Some people will never value that, and they're not your people. Can't chase the whale blindly. I really wanted this. It sounded really good. I was really optimistic. But then after you start figuring out labor, time, stress, replacements, and commissions, it's not even profitable. And that's the other thing. Then you have to explain it to your sales rep, because the sales rep is all about just getting the sale. They'll lower your prices instantly if they can. And especially with these commission-based only people, now I have to tell them, like, well, no, that's not how it works. And if you do, you're killing your commission rate. You're not going to kill my rate. I need my rate to operate the business. That extra is you. So if you want to take less of a commission to get more of a headache, feel free. But my prices are my prices. I'd rather send funny memes to great clients who value what we do than waste my team's time fighting over $5 jackets with a dude who just wants the cheapest option. That's not who we are. And you shouldn't be either. And I know it's hard sometimes, especially when you see that big number overall, but start breaking everything down like that and you realize, you know what? The time isn't worth it. If you have any horror stories, I'd love to hear them. 402-890-2000. Also text me what works. What do we do with these types of clients that are asking prices right away and you can tell that's the most important thing to them? Like, how do you try to keep them but get them to pay your price? With that, I'm out.